Hello and welcome to the grand finals of the Steelseries SEA Cup. We've got ourselves two teams that made their way all the way through the brackets, and it was a long series of games, best of the ones that started yesterday, coming down to a close today. And we have got ourselves Insidious Idol on the Dire side for the first game of this best of three, and on the Radiant side we see Insidious Gaming on this grand finals. Of course, the team that was ready first, a team that we already have seen today. I believe in terms of popularity and in terms of ranking as well, Insidious Gaming International should be having a bit of an edge towards Insidious Idol. And I believe that Insidious Idol, the Insidious in their name, has got nothing to do with the Insidious of Insidious Gaming's name, so I don't believe that they actually named themselves to be idols of the Radiant team, just so you're aware. But let's see what we have got ourselves for this game. Looks like Insidious Gaming has done a bit of their homework. They banned out the IO and the Visit there as well. We still have a Batrider in the pool. Insidious Idol bans out the OD and the Darkseer. Let's see what gets picked up first. It's a Batrider. Ooh, it's a prize. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. No hands. Cool. So we have got Insidious Idol. Probably going for Nyx Assassin. Has been a very popular pick, as we've seen earlier today as well. One of the more stronger supports, and on top of that, he's also considered a bit of a counter towards that Batrider, of course, because you have got the what's it called? Alchemist. Well, you have got the Alchemist as well. But you've got your Spiked Carapace, like you can just stand in the flames with, and if you pop it, you stop Batrider from going anywhere, because you can stun him. So he gets picked up together with the Alchemist. It's a carry that we have seen a lot of lately. It's interesting. Like the first game that we saw today, Alchemist was completely ignored. And the second game that we saw was like picked up or banned out in the first round. So it's very interesting to see him having different favoritisms for teams, but it's the Alchemist that Insidious Idol goes for, so having that carry complete, Insidious picks up a Life Stealer. Of course, that's a brilliant combination together with a Batrider, because you can infest inside the Batrider, and assuming that he has a Blink Dagger, you can blink into someone, and you all of a sudden you've got yourself a Bat Stealer, and then you infest out and you kill off the target that's there. So that's pretty cool. You know what I noticed now for the first time? That the backgrounds of the teams here, actually, like that you see behind here, this is actually the Radiant side of the thing, and this is the Dire side of the map. Huh, interesting. Sorry. Oh, distracted. So we are into the second banning phase. Insidious Idol is now, for the first time, taking into their bonus time to decide on what they want to ban out next. We've got a Queen of Pain and a no, the Darkseer is also purple, but a Bane banned out by Insidious Gaming, so a solo mid that has a lot of mobility as well as the support that can hold Life Stealer in place no matter if he's raged or not. Insidious Idol, they ban themselves out a Lone Druid as well as a Dragon Knight, so two heroes that are very tough to gank and could still be picked up in combination with what Insidious Gaming has. It does mean that Insidious Idol is expecting that the Batrider is not mid.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that's interesting. As I just realized that I'm gonna make a tweet about saying that this is an Insidious game and that people should watch it. I can tell you what I'm typing, but last time I did that, we actually had someone saying that me reading out what as I was typing was cause for them thinking that I was retarded or something. So I don't want to have that. You hear me typing, it's fine. I'm very professional. There, tweeted out. Awesome. So we've got ourselves a Naga Siren pickup. We've seen her picked up as a support lately more than anything else. I'm hoping that's the case in this scenario as well. I mean, considering Alchemist is already there, that's the most likely option. We still have a Weaver in the pool, by the way. Also a hero that we've seen having some great priorities lately. Could still fit into Insidious Gaming's lineup. We could have then a safe laning Weaver or a safe laning Alchemist, and then an aggressive trailing with the Nyx Assassin and Naga Siren as supports. Could work out. Naga Siren as a support, of course, also very strong up against the Lifestealer because you've got that ensnare, and rage or not, you can always ensnare the Lifestealer. Shadow Demon gets picked up by Insidious Gaming. A nice saving mechanism, and of course with that denying it to Insidious Idol as well, because Shadow Demon is the one that can also be a little bit countered, or can be considered a bit of a counter toward that Bat Rider, because once he lassoes someone, if you disrupt the target, then you can't do anything to him. But we have got a roaming combination right here. Shadow Demon, Lina. We've got ourselves the Disruption followed up by Light Striker Ray. Of course, Shadow Demon and Lifestealer work together as well, because you can disrupt someone and Lifestealer can make his way to the target and actually open wound the target as well. I mean, there's of course a bit of a nerf towards the range.
10 seconds.
So this could already be some early game aggression. This could actually be a trial lane on the aggressive trial lane, with having a Weaver still in the off lane. Nature's Prophet is the last one that gets banned out here. And we'll see what the last ban is for Insidious Gaming. I mean, considering the Windrunner is now picked up by Insidious Idol, you can consider Windrunner either well, you can consider her to be an off lane, or solo lane rather. So Insidious Gaming needs another solo lane or a carry, depending on if they're gonna go aggressive or not. So it really depends on what Insidious is expecting. Are they expecting an aggressive trial lane or not? They actually ban out the Chen, indicating that Nyx Assassin or Naga Siren is, in their opinion, not a support. We actually saw 2 games already today where Nyx Assassin was not really played as a support, so who knows, maybe they're gonna do the same thing. Well, we'll see what they go for. I mean, if they wanted to still have a jungle hero, Enchantress and Enigma are still in the pool.
10 seconds remaining.
So options aplenty.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Come on. Going into the reserve time. 50 seconds left in there. I just realized I'm gonna have issues with pronouncing the name of the first person in that slot for Insidious Idol. Interesting names. But yeah, last pick of Insidious Idol will determine what kind of team they're gonna be. Are they gonna have a Nyx Assassin or Naga Siren as a primary hero? Or will they run them as 2 supports still?
10 seconds remaining.
I would like the Nyx Assassin to be the one to, if they are gonna not run him as a support, and then I would like the Nyx Assassin to be the one to be taking farm priority. Timbersaw. Now we've seen Timbersaw a couple of times. This is not the first time. We've seen him in solo mid and we've seen him on suicide lanes. I am okay with the Timbersaw. He does need to get a bit of farm, otherwise he'll fall off real fast in late game. I like him solo mid, purely because he just doesn't die.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Well, let's see how Insidious Gaming replies to this one. Well, they know that there was a Timbersaw. Like, if Timbersaw, you can't gank him, because he's too tanky. At least you can't gank him early game, depending on, of course, if he skills that or not. His armor. That one. Reactive armor. If he doesn't skill that, you can kill him, but if he doesn't, you're gonna have a tough time. If he does skill it, that is. Unless Lina is level 6 and you can burst him down with the Laguna Blade. Insidious Gaming looking for their last pick. 1 minute left. There was only 2 seconds left in the bonus time of Insidious Idol, by the way. But Insidious Gaming has given away a lot more about their lineup. I mean, you've got yourself a trial lane. Of course, you could still have Lifestealer on the aggressive solo lane, or on the or suicide solo lane rather, or on the safe lane solo, and then pick up another carry there. They could pick up another carry regardless that goes on the safe lane solo. I mean, Weaver is still in the pool. We could also see the gyrocopter. I mean, it really depends. Who are you expecting to be on the safe lane or on the suicide lane solo from Insidious Gaming? And are you expecting that at all? Or are you expecting an aggressive tri lane? And there comes the Shadow Fiend. And now it kind of says Batrider on the off lane. Shadow Fiend in the mid lane. And a safe laning Lifestealer. Of course, it could also be swapped around with having an aggressive tri lane still with a Lifestealer, but then there's a lot of emphasis on that tri lane. If it then fails, then you're only gonna have the Batrider to try and keep you in the game. But we'll see who is going for what here. Let's get ourselves into this game, into this draft. Let's see who's playing what first. Of course, Insidious Gaming, not the first time that we see them today. We have got El Smurf playing the Lina this time, Ninja Boogie on the carry, Lifestealer, Kyo on the Shadow Demon, Shibix will play the Shadow Fiend, and Rave Plouf will play the Batrider on the Radiant side of the first game of the Grand Finals of the Steelseries SEA Cup. And on the side of Insidious Idol, I can just call them Idol. That's probably best. On the side of Idol, we have got a team that we haven't seen yet today. Just won their semi-finals as well. It will be Sopan Sala playing the Alchemist. Sopan Sala. Residents of Faith will be playing the Nyx Assassin, all going towards the top lane, together with the Naga Siren, with a name I cannot pronounce. But also going towards the top lane. This will be a safe tri lane coming off from Idol. In the mid lane, we'll have ourselves Windrunner, run up by Insidious C. I will just call him C, because otherwise it will be so confusing. It's not even funny anymore. And on the safe lane, or suicide lane solo, it will be the Timbersaw, played by SXOCXS. I think I'm just playing Sox. Socks.
30
Socks.
seconds to battle.
Socks! It will be Socks. Socks. It's a very awkward name to pronounce. But, yes, that's all of Idol here on the Dire side. And let's see how we have got Insidious Gaming laning this, because it looks like they are running an aggressive tri lane. A lot of pressure on this one then. And a lot of counter aggression able to be here as well. Unless they rotate their lanes completely and leave the Timbersaw top, which is indeed the case. They have scouted out, they've got the place warded. They don't want to run that aggressive tri lane, and they will be having the Timbersaw on that lane. And like I said, he is going to be very tough to kill. He has spec Timber Chain, and that's something that you don't really normally see that often. Because, well, because he doesn't really need it. He doesn't die, so he doesn't need to escape. Basically, that's the theory behind it. But in this case, being up against an aggressive tri lane, he might think he'd need it, so he has got the Timber Chain. In the meantime, in the mid lane, it will be the Batrider up against that Windrunner, who's already looking yellow from all the tar she has on her. And on the bottom lane, it will be Shibix, who's up against an aggressive tri lane all of a sudden now. And that's going to be putting him a bit back. And a bit more risky for him as well. I mean, he is here to... Like, the thing that Shadow Fiends normally do is... normally you see them mid. And the reason for that is very simple, because normally Shadow Fiends, they need to get ahead of their target. They need to last hits in the Nigh, and they need to get themselves their souls and get ahead. And once they are ahead, they normally have a tendency to stay ahead. That is what happens. Yes, it's a flaming Roshan and a normal donkey, though on the card it doesn't look like a normal donkey. Like a sad donkey. But yeah, I mean, this Shadow Fiend, he'll have a tough time getting ahead. Though, one thing that of course you get in aggressive tri lanes that your opponent is not getting is experience. Because Idol needs to split it with two other people. So 3 people splitting experience on one lane. Now Shadow Demon is around here. Shadow Demon is of course the one to keep Shibix safe. They dropped their aggressive tri lane and decided to rotate. And once something happens to Shibix, there will be a disruption, and they should be kept safe. It could also work against him, though. And that's something that you have to be worried about. Wait a second. Okay. So. Oh. So the disruption could be working against them, purely because of the alchemist. Unstable concoction can just charge up during the duration of the disruption, and afterwards it will be even hitting harder than it otherwise would. So it's a pretty dangerous situation. Though now with the Lina there, that's gonna make it a lot more safe. On a safe trial lane, meaning that the aggressive trial lane from Idol is now actually up against the team of Insidious Gaming. And Ninja Bookie by himself up against the Timbersaw. Now, Timbersaw, as I said, he won't die. But the thing is, he probably won't be able to kill off the Lifestealer either. Though, saying that, I know that the Lifestealer hasn't picked up a single point in Rage yet. Now, never mind, there he goes. With Timbersaws overall, I've got fairly high burst damage. But because Ninja Boogie is a Lifestealer with a Rage, he should not die, in theory, of course. Player skill, etc. might turn this matchup still around, but it should be fairly even. In the meantime, in the mid lane, Windrunner Batrider should be one up by the Batrider. Batrider sitting on 12 to 5. Windrunner sitting on 12 to 6. So very even thus far. Just even one more deny in the favor of C. The Windrunner. The aggressive Trilon has got Alchemist with 13 for 4 last hits. And now the Shadowfiend gets some more as well. He's now 11 for 4. Not even doing that bad. We might have a kill up on Smurf though, but here comes the Ensnare. In comes the Impale as well. Light Strike Array is still there, and the Impale still hits. Sunbeam charged up. Disruption will be up on 2 supports. This might indeed be the first blood. Race is going through, but the first blood could be going to Insidious Gaming and get it. Shivix with the last hit with the race. The disruption is going to be there. Light Strike Array to follow up. Alchemist in a lot of trouble, and Alchemist drops. That's a double kill for Shivix. And that is an aggressive trial lane from Insidious Idol. Failed. And they'll probably try to rotate straight away because they can't be up against this anymore. They looked so solid, but with those raises coming in, did not work out as intended. Courier comes bring the bottle to Timbersaw, meaning that Windrunner will probably... oh, actually they also have a bottle. That is interesting. Considering, of course, it got kind of nerfed to run with 2 bottles. Impale, Brave Blue, might be in some trouble. There is a level 1 shackle, but there's nothing to shackle him to. Maybe now, if he's lucky, no power shot, 1 more hit needed. Oh, he flies away, should be fine. And actually with the bottle, Brave Blue tries to turn it around. He has to be careful though, because there's another power shot and that might be killing him off if C gets hit right on, but isn't gonna try. The kill goes on the top lane though, as Lifestealer is the one to drop. The rotation was complete, the Ensnare was there, Stun was there, and Timbersaw, the one that dropped lowest, had to go back to base, but helped get a kill there. So that's a great start, or a great start, good follow up I guess on the rotation from Insidious Idol. Not getting the Batrider, but still forcing him back is also something nice. Will allow C to get some free farm. Up against the Batrider, who is 19 for 6. C now 24 to 8, so definitely getting ahead. Not even by a kill, but just by harassment. Just by Nyx Assassin dropping in through the lane and saying hi. Socks. Saying hi as well, this time to the Lina. Realizing that, or letting it be known that he is actually there. We'll be up against the Shadow Fiend this time. I think it should be okay. In terms of lanes. Shadow Fiend should not be dying. I mean, his right clicks might not do as much because of the reactive armor of the Timbersaw, but the raises still hurt like hell, so that should be preventing Socks from going real aggressive unless he has some help. Which he might actually get because Windrunner is around here. Doesn't actually continue going for it though, just said hi to some ancients. Oh, raises hit. The Chakram is still standing. Shivix doesn't care about Chakram though, and he actually goes down. Don't stand in Chakram. It's very simple. If he was gonna get himself away, he would have probably lived and he might have been able to kill off Socks, but nope, not that way. That's the solo kill for Timbersaw, and that is gonna put Sox here ahead, and that's gonna put, of course, the Shadow Fiend fairly far down. The bright side for Insidious Gaming is that they still have a life stealer farming away very happily. We've got a rotation now complete again for the top lane, who's back with the aggressive tri lane, and now up against the lane that they wanted to be up against from the beginning. It looks like they want to attempt for a dive. There's no Spike Carapace up on this Nyx Assassin. And that might be a blessing for them. But this is not a blessing for them. 2 other people coming in here. That's going to be 4 people of Insidious Idol here on the top lane. And only 3 for Insidious Gaming. And they actually backed themselves out. They have got that ward, so they saw everybody coming in. And they don't want to go in when they don't know that they're ahead. It does mean that this Bat Rider knows that he is ahead. Because there's nobody there for him just yet. Able to lay down some harassment on the tower. Just a little bit though. He has to back off already. He has to be very careful. He does not want to die. He was building towards his Blink Dagger, obviously. He's got 1k gold in his pocket. Oh, Courier, Miss Micro, perhaps? Slightly over enthusiastic as Lifestealer was able to pick up the Nyx Assassin here on the top lane. Disruption, Light Strike Array, Dragon Slave, you name it. It was there. Still a Spike Carapace, but not enough to stop him from going Ninja Boogie with the last hit. Very important, of course, Ninja Boogie, the one that has died once, but so far has been, since then, doing a fine job at just soloing that lane up. With a little bit of help now again. And we see that Insidious Idol, they're just trying to rotate and trying to find their stride, trying to find places to farm. They know that they're getting behind, they know that their Alchemist needs some more solid farm. He's actually went into the jungle. Now, jungling for an Alchemist is not even that bad, because he gets that extra gold from those creeps, so especially small camps are actually worth more for an Alchemist than for other heroes. But it's still something that he needs to have. I mean,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He counts on that Grievel's Greed to be there, so that's built into the way that his hero is set up, and if he then gets less farm, that's gonna be hurting him a little bit.
Top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
But there's
tower
tier 3 tower on, or tier 1 tower on the top lane, not gonna be safe territory to farm anymore. There's 4 people hanging around there. Also a Bat Rider in the jungle there. And the tower will end up going down. Lifestealer Ninja Boogie with the last hit. 1k gold in his inventory. The Courier gives the phase boots to see. Still have the Shadow Fiend happily farming as well. Let's see the net worth. He's actually highest on the next net worth list. Of course, he got himself that double kill. That is gonna put a person on a list. For sure. Well, everybody is on the list, I guess. Always. But it's gonna put him on the top of the list. Awesome. Invisibility rune of Rave Blue. He has got that lasso. He wants to make it work. And he might be able to find someone. Oh, hello, Naga Siren. Level 4. Aren't you a sad little Naga Siren? Light Striker ready to come as well. And, I mean, that's gonna be one dead Naga, right? No way out for him. Bat Rider with the last hit. In comes the support. So in comes the Careful Bird with the Impale. Up on Lina. Shackle. Ledges Lina to a tree as well. Power shot to go, but nice. Nice disruption from Kyo. In comes the Alchemist on. Up on 2. Chakram as well. Lina will still end up going down, but as does the Nyx Assassin, and Bat Rider actually got the credit for that because of the flames. Flame Break tried to stop Ninja Boogie from getting aggressed. The Timber Chain did not hit, and Ninja Boogie gets himself out alive. So in the end, it's a 2-for-1 trade. 2 supports for 1 support. I know who comes ahead of that one, and I think you people at home know that too. Well, I'm at home too, but never mind. Always wanted to say that. You people at home.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, that's going to be putting Insidious Gaming a little bit ahead again. They've got also their first tower down, obviously, so everybody is a little bit higher on gold than everybody of Insidious Idol. Oh, but they might try to take it back. Shibix, can he take at least someone home with him when he dies is the question. Nope, he cannot. In comes the Timber Saw, and Sox takes himself the gold. Slightly over-aggressive, slightly too far out, knowing that they had the chance to back off on the top of from the top of the map.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
See, trying to stop the push from coming. In comes the Bat Rider though. I mean, with those kills, he managed to get himself the Blink Dagger, so that's going to be putting him in a nice and aggressive position. We've got the drums up on Ninja Boogie. The drums and phase boost, the ultimate 2 early game items, so he can infest himself inside a Bat Rider and do tons amount of damage with that level 1 infest. And actually Rave Blue looks for a lasso. Finds it as well. No, yeah, there he goes. A little bit of lag there. Tries to drag it towards his team, but his team is nowhere there, so that's a wasted Blink lasso. Alchemist. At least he will use his TP to get here, and that's gonna be a slight win, I guess, from Insidious Gaming. They got something out of it, but showing the Blink Dagger for the first time in such a fashion is of course never really the way you want to do it. You want to be able to get a guaranteed kill with that, and you didn't get the Windrunner. There was nobody of your team close enough by to really do something.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
1600 gold up on Shibix, who is now no longer on top of that net worth list. That's reserved for the Lifestealer, who's not participating in the smoke, by the way. He's just farming top, but the smoke is going to be up on 3 people. There's a Lasso getting 40 seconds. They will find the Alchemist, though. Light Strike Array will follow up on that. It's a kill. Lena with the last hit. Flames helping out. And Smurf with the gold. One rich Lena. She has actually been involved in all the kills that Insidious Gaming has so far. Quite impressive. Only died once, but then again, there's only 4 kills on the side of Insidious Idol.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Shackle doesn't latch. Interestingly enough, I was kind of thinking they was latched to that tree, but oh well, just harassment. Here comes the Timber Chain. Trying to chase down Smurf. The ensnare is there. There's the Whirling Death, and that's going to be a Light Strike Ray that doesn't hit anybody, and the kill is made. Shibix looking for a target for himself. Trying to fight the Naga Siren, who won't be able to stay alive through this one. Didn't have her song, unfortunately for her, still level 5. Up against the level 11 Shadow Demon is not going to be something that you're going to be getting happy from, but... Ooh! Nice blink. Does he have a lasso? Yes, he does. Trying to get the lasso up. Is he getting it? Yes, he is. A drum charge from Ninja Boogie helping out. Now going for the Timber Saw. He Timber chains himself away, but will still end up going down. Ninja Boogie with the last hit. Now they go on Resonance of Faith. Nice by Carapace. There's no rage up again on Ninja Boogie. The races will still be there. And one hit and double kill for Ninja Boogie. 5 people here from Insidious Gaming. They take themselves 3 kills in total. They only lose to Lena for it, but Lena made sure that she pulled everybody of Insidious Idol way back behind their tier 1 tower, and they took the tier 1 tower of their opponents for it next to 3 kills. So very nicely done for Insidious Gaming. With the gold graph going in their way as well, going towards a 7k. Experience graph still sticking at 5, but 5 kills difference and 5k experience in their favor. That's a lot of experience. That's not just from kills, that is just from the... Oh, wait a second. The chain comes in. There's a chakram and the power shot to finish it off. And the Shadow Blade now also done upon the Alchemist, who uses it instantly. Oh, the courier is gonna get picked up. Ninja Boogie gets himself and his team that extra bit of gold. That kind of can be considered a mini tower in terms of gold. Pretty neat. And smoke up for Lena. Alchemist will already TP himself towards the middle lane, and I was saying that... What was I saying? I can't remember. That's kind of crappy. Oh yeah, so yeah, Insidious Idol way far behind on experience, but main reason for that is they've been rotating most of both of the teams, and they've not been getting that much out of their rotations. Shadowblade now also up on the Shadow Fiend, doing his name justice.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And he goes bottom to farm. And of course, with all these Shadowblades on the map, one thing is going to be becoming important. Detection. Let's see if they have any. Let's just see it this way, actually. Gem of True set on the Bear Rider. Yes, they do. And a sentry up on the Shadow Demon on the side of Insidious Idol, though. No detection whatsoever. And this gem up on Rave Blue is going to be very, very neat. Of course, not just because you can scout out the Alchemist with the Shadow Blade, but also because you're trying to shut down your opponent, so you're trying to limit their farming space. And by having that gem up, you can just, you know, counter everything that you see. Do you see any words up on the map? Wait a second, Lasso, Socks, dead! That is one Timber Saw on the floor, burned to death. Light Strike Array misses. Naga Siren has got the song, so in need of escape, she can get that done. Getting some kind of harassment. Shackle actually gets dodged by the disruption. Very nicely done. Naga Siren will go down before she can lay down her song. Buyback from the Timber Saw. Back here again. There goes a Chakram. Wants to try and get Shibix, but Shibix not dying just yet. Alchemist on and the power shot from the ground. the low ground, gets the kill. Nice CP out from Keo, very close. But out nonetheless. 2 kills going the way of Insidious, or of Insidious Gaming. Sorry, same names. And Shadow Fiend, of course, the one to get killed off by Insidious Idol. Really nice catch. Of course, the Timber Saw did need to buy back for that, so it's not totally lost. But very nice that they managed to get the Shadow Fiend again. However, that's not enough to shut him down. That definitely is not enough to shut him down. He is still higher than the Timber Saw in terms of net worth. And actually, Timber Saw is highest for his team. Sorry, Alchemist. I mean, Alchemist is highest for his team, and he's higher than the Alchemist, yeah. Alchemist is highest for his team, but he doesn't really have anything next to his Shadow Blade. So, you know, he has got that initiation power, but he probably now knows that there's a gem up on the side of Insidious Gaming, so he can't really put the Shadow Blade to work, and he's not really able to be that big of an impact on the game, and he kind of needs to be. Timber Saw denying the tower on the bottom lane. That's the first tower to go down on the side of Insidious Gaming. First tower to get picked up. Force staff being built up by Rave Blue. He's doing a nice job and cleaning out the jungle. Lifestealer in the meantime gets himself a kill upon the Timber Saw. A kill that in theory shouldn't have happened. And not even an infest used by Ninja Boogie. In comes a rotation from 2 smoked supports. They will have their smoke revealed. Want to go for the Alchemist. The Alchemist realizes that they're there. Shadow Blades and runs himself out. And of course the gem is in the hands of the Bad Rider, who's on the far end of the map. Now a Central Ward goes down. An Observer as well. Up on the high ground, allowing Ninja Boogie to be a little bit more safe there on that top lane. Lasso, Insidious SEA, running himself out. Mechanism used. Here comes the song. First song that we see. Let's see if they can get themselves a killer fight of that. They want to go for the Bad Rider first, but Bad Rider already blinked himself away. Shibix is next, and he has got no way of escaping. The dust was there, and that's going to be a pickup for the Windrunner. Nicely done.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
However, yeah, they do lose their tier 2 for it on the top lane, and they used a lot for it. I mean, they used that song for the first time. That's a 3-minute cooldown right there. Gold graph going towards the 12k. We have got Ninja Boogie building towards a Desolator. Experience graph 10k in favor of Insidious Gaming. It's getting tougher and tougher. I mean, for Insidious Idol, what do they need to do to get back inside this game? Because they don't have the game right now. And normally you'd say, you know what, they've got this major team fight. Or by Nyx Assassin. I don't know why he was there. Shackle actually up on Ninja Boogie, but other than the power shot, no follow-up. But, I mean, in terms of a very late game carry, they have got the Alchemist. But Alchemist is not able to beat and the Shadow Fiend and the Lifestealer. I mean, it's basically a single core up against a dual core. I'm not counting the Windrunner nor the Timber Saw as a core because they're not really building for it. Windrunner can turn into a semi-carry here because she can get an MKB or something like that. She can still be pretty painful, but for now she's going for a Force Staff just to get her shackles more lined up, and she's still that kind of semi, well, number 3 hero rather, even though she's sitting on number 2 of the farm. Timber Saw not really getting as much farm. I said during the draft, Timber Saw is a nice hero to have, but he does need that farm. And he falls behind real fast if he doesn't get that farm. Disruption. Keeps Keo a little bit safer. He tries TP out, gets impaled though. Gets stunned up as well. In the meantime, Lasso up on the Timber Saw. Timber Saw goes down, and Shadow Demon will drop for that as well. So it's a 1-for-1 trade, but the trade favorable for Insidious and, well, for Insidious Gaming that is, not Insidious Idol. And they're looking for more.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
And they'll stop at the towers, taking down the tier 2 on the top lane or bottom lane, and also on this middle lane. Probably should be soon. I don't think that Insidious Idol is having any plans to really defend that. They've got some power shots to send through, but that's it. BKB now up off the bat for the Shadow Fiend. He just had the gold laying around, so he can do that. We've got 1600 gold already on Ninja Boogie. Ninja Boogie, who has got a Desolator, but decided not to put it in his inventory because he values his stick charges more, apparently. But it's in the courier though, but okay, we'll just get rid of his orb of venom. I respect that. Actually sells it straight away. It's fine too. He's fairly fast anyway with those drums and the face boots, and there's nobody really that can really run away from him apart from Timbersaw, who can of course, well, and Windrunner I guess, but who can of course just hook or timber chain himself away. So we've got an Aegis going the way of the Shadow Fiend. Smoke up now for Insidious Idol. They know that something needs to be done to turn this game around. But let's see what they can do. Lifestealer already gets a stun up. Will get disrupted though if it's just... Yeah, there is a disruption. Lasso upon the Alchemist. In comes a song. Ninja Boogie will therefore be invulnerable for a little while longer. He rages. It goes up on the Naga Siren. Naga dies. Looking for the next target. Does he have an open wound? No. Another 6 seconds. But he goes for Socks anyway. Nice stun. There comes a Laguna Blade. And that's going to be Ninja Boogie still going down. Timbersaw with the damage. Light Strike Array misses. Blink forward from Wraith Blue. Gets a Whirling Death, but still ends up killing off the Timbersaw. Wraith Blue living through that one. But it's a 2-for-1 exchange. Not even that bad for Insidious Idol, but a Lifestealer dying, I mean, that's a good one. But Timbersaw dying also, I mean, that just makes sure that Insidious Idol keep having only one hero to get back with inside of this game, and that's the Alchemist. He's got himself a BKB. Doesn't really have the attack speed just yet though, and we'll be looking to probably buy something of attack speed soon, I hope, for him. And the question is, how soon will he have it? Because Insidious Gaming, they still have that Aegis up on the Shadow Fiend. They might be looking to use it very soon. Force Staff now up on Insidious Sea. Can start to create maybe a bit more of a semi-carry out of himself. Something that a Naga Siren at this point can't. I mean, in theory, her hero should be able to do it, but she's just not getting the farm. And better yet, she has to save her farm for the Alchemist. As in, Alchemist needs to get most of the farm. So they don't really have that much income because they only can take what's actually coming into their base. Not really able to go out of it anymore. So they need to give most of it to Timbersaw as well as Alchemist. And we see Timbersaw just cleaning out the wave here on the bottom lane. Still has just that ring of health. Might be looking for a pipe. I mean, magical damage is something that is most harmful for Timbersaw. He's got the physical resistance after all. Ooh, there comes a Batrider. Blink Lasso, Infest out. They go for Resonance of Faith, and he's already dead. Batrider taking a ton of damage as well, though. Timbersaw tries to finish him off, but goes down before he can. That's gonna be Naga dead as well. Alchemist still stuns up Ninja Boogie, who's getting harassed a little bit about Windrunner, but in comes the support Shadow Demon, and there comes Ninja Boogie with a Blink Dagger. Yes, he did. Disruption will be there, holding him in place for Ninja Boogie to kill him off later on. The Force Staff will not save him now, and that's going to be giving a kill to Ninja Boogie. Chakram comes in. The Timbersaw is able to kill off at least the Shadow Demon. Now is on the way out, trying to run out of sight of his base. Won't be able to do so. Ninja Boogie will still live, armor toggling for his life. Gets a triple kill as well, because he just can. And it's only 2 people left alive. It is the Nyx Assassin and the Naga Siren. And the only reason they are alive is because they are level 8. So they have a very short respawn timer. Of course, they were the 2 that died first of the team fight. The fight that was just going on. I don't know if you can call it a team fight. No song was used in that fight. GG gets called. This was game 1, of course. This is the best of 3. This is the grand finals for the Steelseries SEA Cup, first edition. And we'll be back soon with another game between these 2 teams. Let's see if Insidious Idol can take down Insidious Gaming to see if they can force out a 3rd game in this best of 3. Stick around for more Dota 2 action, and we'll be right back.